Good morning welcome to Thinking is Contagious. I don't know if you got a chance to see any of the town halls last night. I viewed some the recaps of them. I really didn't watch them. I couldn't watch them live. I watched a little bit of the end of the Trump NBC fiasco, but you knew that was going that way. That Guthrie, the moderator, that was blatantly so unprofessional, so blatantly unprofessional that it really was. It helped Trump because it was so obvious, anyone who watched it, that Guthrie was there to knock the president down and basically debate the president, which was no contest. But it was pretty embarrassing. And then when you see, in comparison to the puppet on ABC, the little talking head for the liberals, I won't even justify his existence by saying his name, softballs to Joe Biden. Not even a mention of the email and the computer scandal that's ongoing. Not even a mention of Twitter and Facebook blocking the freedom of speech of Trump and Trump supporters on their platforms. By the way, I did hold true to sell a large block of my Facebook stock, and we'll be exiting. Hopefully a little more opportune time with a little bit of a rebound with a remaining portion of it. But here's my question to you: if you're a Biden fan at this point, based on what we have seen in these that's been released with these emails, based on the lack of denial. There's been no denial from the Biden camp that that's not Hunter's laptop, as far as I know. That has not been broached as a topic, a defense. That having been said, how can the man be president that probably at this point, this warrants at least an investigation? How can this man be president if I don't think that he could get national security clearance at this point? I don't think that you could give Joe Biden access to national security. Nothing for sure pertaining to China. But people, do we not understand that this is something that if Biden's camp came out and said that's not Hunter's emails, that's not Hunter's laptop, that is all fabricated, it's been planted, we categorically deny this, that's one thing. And if it was Trump, it would still lead to massive investment. We saw with Russia, the fake dossier, everything that the FBI knew was fake, and they still went through, and it ended up with an impeachment of the president. So this smoking gun is putting out a lot more smoke than anything they've had against Trump, yet it's not even mentioned on the ABC town hall last night. It's not even on any of the search engines' lead stories. It is a concerted effort to keep it from you, the American public, to keep you from voting with the facts in hand. I think it's funny, too, that one of Biden's comments when he was pushed a little bit about packing the courts, and he said, he backtracked, of course, which, you know, he always backtracks. He backtracked saying that now he says the public is entitled to know, where a few days ago he said that they were not entitled to know. Now, I guess they told him, hey, Joe, you can't say that. And they were able to get that through to him probably after about an hour of explaining it to him. But He says now the public is entitled to know, and he says that he's going to let them know when. Voting is taking place. See, he uses conveniently against Trump, saying Trump fails to disclose things and voting has already commenced. Trump's trying to push through a Supreme Court nominee and people are already voting. Voting's already ongoing. Well, Joe, voting's already ongoing too when you don't give us the disclosure as to the Supreme Court packing. So it works both ways. They're such phonies. They're such phonies. And the mainstream media last night, it was so apparent. It is prostitution of information is what it is. It's selective reporting. Twitter, Facebook, ABC, CBS, NBC, MSNBC, CNN, and on the other side too is selective reporting, Fox and One America News and all. I fully comprehend that, but the main point here is that there is a smoking gun that needs to be addressed, and the media is absolutely not even mentioning it. Whereas with Trump, at both sides always had the story in front of the people. Here, the mainstream media has made the story disappear for most of you to keep you in the dark so they can keep feeding you the BS and they can keep growing their base. I think that those are things that people need to understand and need to look at and need to ask more questions. And believe me, based on what's out there today, Joe Biden can't get a national security clearance. Joe Biden cannot be president of the United States at this point until he clarifies what's going on with that computer. A little bit of another flip side, I saw also Maxine Waters, and she's running against a young guy, Joe Collins, in California for a congressional district seat. And I find the commercial that this Collins guy ran pretty interesting. Maxine Waters lives in a mansion. She's not even in the district, the congressional district in which she's running for. She doesn't live there. She doesn't live in that district. And she has a mansion. And then you got this kid Collins coming out and showing where he lives in South LA, where he grew up. He doesn't live there anymore, but he still lives in the district, understands the street, is a product of the street, grew up, raised himself up by the bootstraps, and he's running against her. And I think it's really one of the most impressive. I saw one commercial, but I mean, it's a very impressive, hard-hitting, concise, to the point. And I think Maxine Waters, from what I saw, she's toast. I think this kid Collins is going to clean her clock out there. And I think it resonates. His message is going to resonate with the residents of that district. And I think we're going to get rid of one of the swamp creatures for sure in this voting cycle. She's gone. She's gone, and Collins is going to take over. We'll keep an eye out during the day, see what else happens. We know that what should happen is that this computer thing is addressed. And the longer Biden doesn't address it, and the longer the mainstream media doesn't acknowledge it, the more I believe that there's something there. Ask yourself that question. If somebody's raising an issue that's blatantly a falsehood, a lie about you, you're going to come out immediately and deny and say that it is a lie, it's blatant, and that it is false. That's not happening here. What they're doing is ignoring it. And when they ignore it, they're in trouble. People, about a month ago, we told you that we felt that there was going to be a bombshell somewhere. The fuse has been lit. It's getting real close to explosion point. And I think that you're going to see photographs from this hard drive now that make it unequivocally, without question, Hunter Biden's computer. And I think the emails then are going to carry even more weight. So these guys are in trouble. I would rather that the timing, if they had this since last year, it's another thing. The question is, why hasn't the FBI acted on it? I could argue that the FBI hasn't acted on it because they viewed it and didn't substantiate it as being valid. I could see that. I mean, I'm not going to deny that. That's giving the FBI the benefit of the doubt. I'm leaning towards that being the fact. But if it's not, if it's another cover-up, and like I said, the evidence that I'm seeing, which is no denial from the Biden camp, none, no denial, and ignored by the mainstream media, right now, I got to go with this thing has legs, and Biden's in trouble. Okay, have a good day. Would ask you again to reconsider, please, if you're enjoying this, if you like this, I need you to share it. And I would like you to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. Just hit that subscribe button. Ask your friends to hit the subscribe button. Quite candidly, my wife says, "Oh no, don't mention the negative." We're not moving on the subscriptions. We're stuck pretty much in that 80-something range, and it's a little disheartening to me because I think that, I'm putting my heart and soul into this thing. I really feel like I'm trying to deliver a good message, and I hope that you agree. I do need your support if you do agree. I'd love to get those subscribers up. I'd like to get the word out, and I'd like to be more part of many people's thought process. I appreciate your time. And I thank you for your support. Have a great day.